Welcome once again to the Speakers Inc. We Speak Global Speaker Showcase Series. My name is Dwayne, and today it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Alison Canavan.
Thank you, Dwayne, for that amazing introduction. And thank you so much to Speakers Inc. I am so thrilled to be with you today. I'm going to be talking to you for the next 20 minutes about my favorite topic, which is having more energy. Look, who wouldn't like more energy? I'm going to be encouraging you to think about energy in a very different way than maybe you have ever before. It's interesting. A lot of us don't feel like we have enough, or we feel tired an awful lot of the time. And stress is the biggest killer that we have today. They say that it's 90% of all diseases have their root cause in stress in some shape or form. So I want to share, though, about how powerful energy is, okay? And how energy is actually contagious. So I'm just going to share my screen in a couple of minutes with you. But before I do, I want to just, when you have been in a room where somebody walks into the room and you go, wow, that person really lit up the room. They were amazing. They were so full of energy. Or when you've been in a conversation and somebody leaves and they leave you feeling so lit up. We get stretched and we stay stretched from first thing in the morning. And this is what it's like to be in fight or flight. Okay. So most of us wake up like this, but what happens? I want you to think about what happens when you're in this rigid state. It knows exactly why you're here. We hear our intuition through heart-centered consciousness. It's like the portal, the door into your soul's knowing. It's wise. It knows exactly why you're here. And when we take time to connect with the heart, a lot of people can initially feel quite vulnerable, right? Because vulnerability is a quality of the heart. But vulnerability is also another open door through where great growth and transformation can happen for us. Incredible transformation happens through heart-centered consciousness. And I encourage you to give yourself some space every day to reconnect with yourself. Because through space and silence, magic happens. And you can do amazing things like practice some mindfulness to increase energy, or dance, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Ellie. I'm going to say this quite simply. I'm smiling because so much of what you said really hit home. And I'm going to launch straight into a couple of questions straight away that I've got. One of them being, and it really is, believe you and I are very, very similar in the way we think. So it really did hit so many notes. The only difference between you and I is you've really put it down. You put it into practice in terms of a very theoretical way. I just do this every day. Energy is the way I live my life. When did you realize that that was the key? Because I really do believe it's the key, but I only found that out quite late in life, that energy was the key to really being happier and being more successful. When did you realize that?
I think it wasn't like one moment. It was more of a process. So I've been meditating my whole life and going on silent retreats. And I think I've always been trying to understand my own energy. Like, why am I tired all the time? Why am I depressed? Why am I anxious? Why am I hitting the bottle? Seriously, like, why am I, when I used to drink very heavily, I'm in recovery, the wine helped me to have energy in the evening. So I was constantly reaching outside of me, and sugar as well. So all of these external things. And I was a devil for coffee. Oh my God.
In the speaking industry, thank you for that, though. Your honesty and your authenticity in this really does come through. I appreciate that more than you know. And being somebody also in recovery, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Not being able to be nice to yourself, almost feeling like you don't deserve to be nice to yourself. Nobody else should be, you shouldn't be. So, I really do tie into that so clearly. Something, however, on a much more positive note, really, doing what you do now in the speaking business, you must have met some incredibly interesting people.
Experience of meeting people after the pandemic, and listening to them and how they've come through. I do a lot of corporates, so I've been blessed to be invited to a lot of corporate lunches near me here. And I met a guy called Jost de Vries, and he's actually the CEO of the DeLorean motor company. Do you remember that was like the Back to the Future car? Because I was sitting there going, I know this car company, but how? And then I went, that Back to the Future car. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.